Motherhood has a way of reshaping everything. Your priorities, your routines, even the way you see yourself. And for my guest today, that shift happened while balancing life in front of millions of preschoolers. Today's guest might be just one of your favorite people and definitely one of your kids' favorite people to watch on TV. Kaitlin Becker, the amazing actress behind the original Meekah, Blippi's best friend, is here with me today. You might know her from your living room TV screen, but today we're going beyond the bright colors and preschool magic. We're pulling the curtain on her own motherhood journey, the surprises, the struggles, and the moments that changed her. Welcome to Mom's Guide to Finding Herself, where we share stories of side hustles and surviving while parenting young children. I'm your host, Chrissy Bold. Let's make motherhood less lonely and help you find joy in being you again. You know how your kids have that one character they just light up for? The one who can make them stop mid-tantrum and sit through an entire episode without asking for a snack? Well, today I am talking to the woman behind one of those magic-making characters. Kaitlin Becker, the amazing actress behind the original Meekah character from Blippi, is here. And while you might know her from your TV screen, there's so much more to her story. She's an Emmy-nominated performer who's done everything from singing with Michelle Obama to hosting live preschool TV. And today, we're going behind the scenes. I want you to meet Kaitlin the mom. When her son Everett came into the picture, she, like all of us, found herself navigating a whole new role of motherhood. In this conversation, she is sharing the very real side of becoming a mom, preparing her son for her travel schedule, handling the guilt that creeps in, and learning what parts of herself she wants to hold on to. This isn't the polished highlight reel. It's the raw, funny, and honest version of what happens when you try to be present for your family while still figuring out who you are in this chapter. We're talking about her real-life motherhood journey, the messy moments, the surprises, and how she's finding herself again outside of working and parenting. This is one of those conversations that's both fun and deeply real. Kaitlin Becker, thank you so much for being here with me today. You are a global superstar who is on my TV screen pretty much every day. So I am very grateful to have you here connecting with me in real life as a mom.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Oh,
and I'm happy to be a part of your living room.
Right. The parenting journey is a little easier with you by my side, for sure. So tell me, who were you before you became a mom?
I was someone who just, did whatever I wanted. And I was acting, I was hustling, I was staying up really late. I was just running around New York City, being free and a little wild. There was a few years before I got pregnant where I was a Sunny Side Up host. Yeah. And so I had more of a consistent schedule and job. And I was, finding out how to be responsible and how to be a grown up.
That's a good lesson to learn before kids.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they force you into that pretty quickly, whether you want to or not.
Yeah. It just has to happen.
Yes, definitely. So tell me how you decided you wanted to become a mom.
Well, I always wanted to be a mom, always. And even when I was a kid, I liked dolls. I had a baby alive that I loved. I have 3 younger siblings that are very far apart from me age-wise. It's 7 years younger, 10 years younger, 14 years younger. So I loved having little kids in the house and helping my parents, take care of everybody. And I loved it. And so I always dreamed about being a mother. But here's the twist, okay? So I'm a queer lady. And I was like, I think you have to have a dude to do this.
Right. Something tells me.
I've heard tale that, and back in like 2000, in those times, people weren't talking about, IUI, IVF, having a kid on your own, having a kid with a woman. Like that was just not part of the conversation. And I grew up in Kentucky, so it really
it really wasn't. And it still isn't really until you're in it and then you hear about it and it's like brand new information.
Yeah. So I was always like, how am I going to do this?
Yeah.
And then, so then I got married. My wife and I, it worked out perfectly because she also wanted to be a mother, but she never wanted to carry. And I really wanted to carry.
Oh, that makes it a little easier to.
Yeah. So I was like, well, easy peasy. So it was 2015 2014, 2015, when we started the IUI process and all of that. And honestly, very honestly, started because my NBC Universal health insurance was so incredible, and they were so supportive with IUI, IVF, same-sex marriage, all of it. It was like the best insurance I will
Amazing.
ever have. I will never have better insurance than that. So I was like, we should do it now.
We got to do this right now.
Yeah, which is so messed up,
Yep.
because health insurance, we don't need to get into that.
Sure.
But, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, I better take advantage of the support I'm going to get from this company. So that really was a big motivator, and like, let's do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Like that's a kick in the pants of like, we're not going to wait, like, because this is cost prohibitive. Like,
yes,
this is not,
it's so expensive. So to know that the insurance was going to help out, it was like, let's do it.
Yes.
So that's when I decided to really go for it.
Yeah. Sometimes the universe just has a way of telling us now's the time. And sometimes that time is, the signs are health insurance access. So there we go. Grateful to NBC Universal for
yes, thank you, NBC. I'm available. Call me.
Give
me that insurance again.
Right. I'll take that. I got this weird spot on my arm that I need to
get right? Exactly.
So you got pregnant through the miracle of IUI, which is
IVF.
Actually. Okay.
Yes. I did 10 cycles of IUI, and I was just determined to not do IVF for no reason.
Sure.
I just did not have enough information, and I thought IVF meant 10 kids at once.
Oh, right.
Like, I was like, I don't want 100 kids. Yes. Yep. I just was not very educated. But so I did 10 rounds of IUI, and then the first IVF try, I got pregnant.
Wow. And that's a lot on your body.
Mm-hmm.
And then to go straight from that to a pregnancy is even more on your body. So tell me about what your friends were telling you about having a baby.
Well, so I was one of the first in my friend groups to get pregnant. So the women that I would talk to about labor and all those things, a lot of them were a lot older than me, or talking to like friends' moms about, and that generation, they're not as comfortable talking about the bad things and all the feelings or the trauma or any of it. It's all, labor is hard, but then when you look into your baby's eyes, you forget all the pain. Sorry if you hear a siren. I'm in New York City, so it's going to happen.
I don't.
Okay, perfect. So it was a lot of that, of like, yes, of course it's so hard, but as soon as you get that baby, and that's why people have multiple babies, because they forget the pain. And I was like, wow, how crazy to go through something and then you're handed a baby and it all disappears. It's all
magic.
Here I go.
I'm prepared to walk through fire for this child that I'm about to meet.
And I'll forget it all. Yeah, so that was...
And then not so much.
Completely. No. Not even close. Yeah. I was like, who are you?
Right. Who are these? Yes. I mean, truly, time does help you to forget.
Yes.
And I think that sounds like what you were hearing was the benefit of time from all of these people, but it truly isn't instant. I remember thinking the same thing, holding my baby. I'm like, I don't recognize this kid at all. Like, you are not what my dream.
You're meeting for the first time.
Right.
I thought my kid was going to have dark curly hair, dark eyes. My kid is pale, freckles, blue eyes, red hair.
Yeah.
He's my biological child. Yep. So there was a lot going on where I'm like, literally, who are you?
Literally, right? Where did you come from? If I didn't
We're
just
meeting
witness
for the first time. Yeah. So it kind of bummed me out that I was told that. And also what you see on TV and movies too, it's exactly what everyone's talking about. It's terrible. You're crying, you're screaming. They hand the actor the baby and it's like, oh my God, my life is forever changed. I'm in love. And I'm like, that's all lies. Enough. Like, I'm so tired of seeing it, because most people I talk to, they do not have that experience. They don't have that feeling of, and all is right with the world.
Right. We feel all this pressure to be this maternal, loving person immediately to this baby that we've never met. And of course, I'm sure if we were put to the test, we would probably truly walk through fire for this person that we just met.
Right.
But you don't necessarily feel that. Like, I don't know what you felt, but for me, it was like, if somebody came and told me like, thanks for watching my kid, I would have believed them and like, oh, okay, I'm going to miss you. You were so cute. But it was kind of weird. It was this transition.
It's so weird. And I was so exhausted and like hungry. And I was in labor for almost exactly 24
Yeah.
hours and I didn't sleep any of that.
No.
And so by the time my son was born and handed to me, I was like, that's nice. I have to sleep.
Yep.
Like I feel insane.
Yep.
I don't know what time it is. Like, where are my clothes? Just like,
Yeah.
I want to go to bed and I want like a really big burger.
Yes. Right. Where's my burger?
Yeah.
Where's my bed?
Yeah.
Where are my
Yeah.
things?
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
So you now have this little baby and you're taking them home and you're figuring out life again. So tell me, the exhaustion doesn't actually kick in for a few days, right?
Hmm.
Like we're still kind of running on adrenaline. Sure, you're exhausted from labor and the birth and everything, but
Hmm.
then you get the adrenaline and like my husband and I were high-fiving each other in bed, like we got this, like we are doing
Oh,
good. But then we weren't.
yeah.
Like those people
Yeah.
died very quickly.
It was short lived.
Very short-lived. So how was your early motherhood experience with the exhaustion that really comes with a baby that just doesn't sleep?
Yeah. It was so hard. And with lack of sleep, you can't think
Mm-hmm.
clearly. I just felt like crazy, like putting my phone in the refrigerator
Mm-hmm.
crazy. I'm just like, I don't even wait, what is going on? And and then it kind of messed with me mentally to have people come over, visit the baby. They're high energy. They're like, taking pictures, holding and I'm like, what time is it?
Right.
I don't think I've eaten today. And this is like, no, my friends are incredible,
Yes.
but I think a lot of my friends didn't know how to care for their first friend who had a
Yeah.
baby. It was just all like, your baby is cute. Will you take a picture of me and your
Right.
baby? And I'm like, I'm wearing an ice diaper right now. I haven't I haven't been able to sit for weeks, but yeah, let me take a picture of you and my
Yeah, no
baby.
problem.
Like,
Just move a
yeah,
little
it
to the
was just
left. You're good.
yeah, I'm gonna get you in like really good
Right.
light. So yeah, the exhaustion, it didn't realize how much it affected me
Yeah.
until I got a little further away from it and looking back and like, oh wow, that was really, really difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm such a sleeper. Like I need so much sleep. I love to nap. And that was my biggest fear in having a baby, which sounds kind of silly to say out loud, but I was like, I don't want to be super exhausted.
Right.
I don't want to be, I see so many parents that are just like so out of it. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. But there's not much you can do because even if you get a good night of sleep, for me anyway, I'm always thinking about the kid. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
mental exhaustion and the mental gymnastics and the math you're always doing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if he gets home at this time, I need to feed him by this time so that he can go to soccer practice. And it's like, how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I am kind of mad that I still have the exhaustion and he's
Yeah.
7. I'm like, God, when does it end?
Right. I know. I hear that a lot from people where it's like, and right now my oldest is 4, so I hear this from people with 4-year-olds like, I didn't think this would last 4 years of this
Yeah.
but the mental load of being a mom is just so overwhelming, and we're not
Hmm.
prepared to understand just the ins and outs, all of it, the preparing for their emotions, for their needs, their wants, their everything,
Hmm.
and not knowing how to communicate it is
Right.
real hard. Now, you are in a creative career, and you were
Hmm.
then, you are now, like you're a creative person, and that is a lot of you. That takes a lot
Hmm.
of energy, and when you are exhausted, that must be ridiculously hard.
It's so hard. Thank you for recognizing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so when I would travel for the Meekah job, if I would travel to another city, film for a week, it's like 12-hour days. And end of a long day, everyone wants to go out, get dinner, get drinks, be like, whew, we did it. We're in a new
Yeah.
city. Let's check out the town. So then everyone flies back home and they're like, oh, I'm just going to sleep tomorrow. I'm like, I'm going to get off the plane and go right, like, there's no break. I'm going to get off the plane, go straight to my child and like read him a book.
Yeah.
And there's just, and it was very hard.
Yeah.
It was very hard. It was hard also to watch my very energetic co-star who's like 10 years younger than
Right.
me, who has no children at this level. And I'm like pretending to have
Right.
energy. Like so many moms will message me on social media, "Oh, I wish I had that energy. How do you get the energy?" I'm like, "I
I
don't
do
have it.
not have
I'm
it.
truly acting."
Yes.
Like truly I'm like telling myself like you have high energy.
Yes.
You have to look excited in this, but inside I was like half asleep.
Well, that is award winning level of acting because
Thanks.
you know the joke. The joke is, and like you said, the actors are in a different position than you, but the joke is
Yeah.
always like, I want what Blippi's on. I
Totally.
need just a cup of
Yes.
that.
Yes. I'm like, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Give it to me because I'm getting past coffee all day, but it's not kicking in.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So,
I will say though, on those trips, I got the best sleep of my life because, I'm far away from my
yeah.
child. He's not going to fall off the bed. He's not going to wake me up. So it was the best sleep of my life. But like we said, the exhaustion is still always kind of there.
It sounds like that would be like that's something I just want to do anyway. Like I want to go to a hotel down the road and pretend I'm in a different
Yeah.
like everybody I was thinking that when you were saying everybody's like we're going to go out and have drinks. You're like I'm going to go take a nap in that big bed and
Yeah.
put on the Kardashians.
Yes, I just want to do nothing
Yeah.
and just be a vegetable and just lay there. Like, don't text me, don't call me, don't talk to
Yeah.
me. Like, I just want
Yeah.
silence and this bed. So that was a perk to just
Yeah.
have no child nearby.
Right. So when you were first coming out of your postpartum and the little baby that you had that you're nurturing somehow,
Mhm.
were you still working at that point?
Yes.
Yeah.
I so I was doing a lot. I was doing background acting, which kind of like hurt my soul because I had just come off of Sunny Side Up.
Sure.
And I thought I would never be a background actor again, but it pays. So I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm just going to do it. Who cares? And I was literally like pumping,
Yeah.
uh, you know, because background acting, I would be sometimes 12, 14-hour days.
Sure.
And I would have to go
Wow.
in the bathroom and like pump and do all that. And I was like, this sucks. And I was writing a web series at the time and I was doing voiceover. And I started doing all of that. I think he was like 3 months old when I started getting back into
Mm.
everything because there's a woman in the neighborhood who was it doesn't matter. I don't need to tell a long story. But anyway, we had a babysitter who was amazing, who charged like next to nothing and was just like retired and her kids were grown and like gave her something to do and she was amazing.
Jackpot.
And
Yeah.
yeah, like a true
Yeah.
I was like, jump on it.
Right.
Could walk to her house. And because she was available, that allowed me to go back into work. But I remember putting Everett to bed and then like crawling over to my little desk and like
Oh,
writing. I was so desperate to not lose that part of
yeah.
me. And I just, yeah, I wanted to stay creative, stay creating.
Yeah.
That was a like really big goal for me to just remember myself and
Yeah.
not lose any of it. And it's honestly like still a challenge 7 years in to be like, don't lose yourself, Kaitlin. Like, remember who you are.
Remember.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. So it sounds like your acting, at least at that point in your life, was work and it wasn't the creative outlet that you needed, but you were able to figure out a way to build it in even when it was
Yeah.
really late and really tough. So tell me about the creative projects that you love to do.
That I love to do just in life.
Yeah.
Or
What gives you
or
the energy when you're when you're in a mom to remember, like you were saying, remember who you are. Well, who is that? What are those things that you're living for?
I this is a great question for me at this
Ooh.
time because that's what I've been asking
Mm.
myself because I'm no longer playing the Meekah character.
Right, right.
And so coming out of that, I've been looking at, like what do I miss?
Mm.
What did I not get to do on that job? And I really miss music.
Yeah.
I'm a singer. I miss musical theater. I miss theater. So I've been kind of working through these things and I did a theater festival in January and I haven't been on stage in 10 years. and it felt so good to be back on stage. Like it was so comfy and rewarding. I was like, oh yeah, remember the stage?
Yeah, right?
So that was good. And writing, I really did not write very
Mm.
much while I was doing the Meekah stuff. And
Mm.
so like the second I decided to leave that job, it was like pen to paper, like I could not stop writing. So it's been interesting to see like what happened once I walked away from that job, what things were like falling
Mm.
out of me that I didn't forget about, but I forgot how much it filled me up.
Sure.
So, music, writing, comedy, those are like my three things that I need to really feel like Kaitlin. And also going back to my high school self, I think is
Yes.
important for people. Like what like lit you up when you were a kid?
Yes.
Because I feel like it still lights you up. Like it's
Yeah.
really in your bones. So
Yeah.
I've been doing that work right now. Like, what do I love the most? What makes me feel the most like me?
Yeah, I agree with you so much about the high school thing. Like, I think we can probably relate to ourselves more when we were teenagers after becoming a mom than even in our 20s, because that was such a unique period and we were alone, we were adults, we were all these things. But like, let's go back to the roots. Let's go back to who we really were. Like, when we were dependent on other people in the similar way that we kind of are now, what was the thing that when we had all this chaos going on around us of high school, of everything, the drama, the
Mm-hmm.
social needs that we had, what was the thing that we did then? And then we can kind of pull that back, because I don't know about you, but some of the things that I like to do in my 20s, like sitting down and reading a book, I don't really love anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
read, I will, but it's not something that I'm gonna put down and be like, yes, I feel wonderful.
Yes, exactly. And now that my kid is 7
Mm.
and he's really, like we can have almost adult
Yeah.
conversations and he's really, I always say like he's emotionally
Oh,
intelligent. Like we have these deep emotional conversations, but it is a great reminder of who I was at 7 and what made me tick or what got me really
yes.
excited. It's cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard when your kid's a little mirror
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't want to look at that.
Right. Right.
But I do like when it helps me remember
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, at 7 I really loved this. I forgot about that.
Fun.
So yeah, look forward to that.
I
It's
will. I
awesome.
do.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for. I mean, you don't want to wish away time, and I certainly don't.
right.
But it's nice to know that it's not just I'm losing my little babies. It's that I have something amazing to look forward to as well.
Totally. Yeah.
Do you have any final words of wisdom for the moms who are listening, who are in it right now and trying to figure out who they are?
I want everyone to be able to take some kind of break. And I know that can come with privilege if but even if you don't have childcare or whatever, I'm just like always talking to moms, how can we find a break for you? Even
Mm,
if it's 10 minutes of
10 minutes.
silence,
Yeah.
it's a game changer, you know?
Yeah.
So I think making a purposeful break for yourself and changing the scenery, even if it's just like a walk around the block,
Mm.
to just like get out of it for a moment and then get back in. And yeah, finding those ways of not losing yourself, like we were just saying, remembering the things that light you up and that like every night before I go to bed, no matter how tired I am, I have to watch something that makes me laugh out loud
Yes.
because that's like my
Yeah.
medicine. So even though I'm dead tired, I'm like, let me just to the living room and watch like 20 minutes of something really funny because that's what I love the most is laughing. And so that's my little like Kaitlin dope hit,
Yeah.
before I go to bed. So I think it's just those little tiny things can make a big change.
Right. That's such great advice. Well, I am so grateful that you've spent all of this time with us today and sharing all the behind the scenes of who you are and how being a mom has influenced your journey. Tell us where we can find you.
You can find, what if I just said my exact address? I was like, I live at, you're like, Kaitlin. You can find me
I'll
on,
air it. It's
on
fine.
yeah, you guys send me gifts. No, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram mostly. I'm at Kaitlin Becks on Instagram, and I can't change it to Becker. Dang it. And TikTok is Kaitlin Becker.
Excellent.
You can find me there. Yeah.
And
my website,
yes.
KaitlinBecker.com.
And if you have a Meekah obsessed child, then we can also find you on Cameo.
Right? Oh my God, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, I forget about Cameo. Get your Cameos. I'm not Meekah in them, but I do bring the Meekah energy. And I love, it's awesome. Cameo has been awesome because I feel like I can still do my thing, even though I'm not doing the Meekah episodes. I'm still able to connect with kids. And I do a lot of videos for moms too, which is my favorite. Yeah. So yeah, find me wherever you want to find me.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. This has been a pure joy, truly.
Same for me. Thanks for having
me. Thank you. In the next episode, Kaitlin is back and we're shifting gears to talk about what it's like to navigate a career when millions of kids and their parents know your face. From advocating for herself in the industry to building creative projects outside of Meekah, she's sharing the behind the scenes of a career that is so much more than what you see on the screen. If you loved this conversation with Kaitlin, share it with another mom who could use a reminder that we're all just figuring this out, whether we're in the spotlight or not. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit that follow button and leave a quick review. It's such a simple way to help more moms find this show, and honestly, it means the world to me to know that these conversations are reaching the women who need them most.